Helen here with Eyes on the Game. I'm here at Opportunity Village at the Engelstad campus, being joined by now two-time welterweight champion, Showtime Shawn Porter. First off, we just took about an hour tour here. What did you think?
Just full of great energy here, and it filled me up to see these clients here really fulfilling their lives as much as possible right now. The opportunities that Opportunity Village presents to them I think are just absolutely amazing, and for everyone to be here and being taken care of as well as they are, I think it's completely just awesome, and I'm glad that I've had the opportunity to take this tour and even more of an opportunity to get involved.
Yeah, and well, speaking of involved, I did see you get involved in there. You know, you did a bit of dancing. Yeah. Some people recognize you, ran up to you. Hey, you're the boxer, you're the champion. Yeah. So, I mean, did a particular moment stick out to you at all?
I would say just interacting with the clients here. That to me is for me the most important part, and that's where I'm going to start. I'm going to start with volunteering my time just to come here and be a part of their lives and the things that they have going on. And anyone that knows me is that, you know, they know that I'm a very happy guy. I'm a very happy person, and I like to have fun. You know, so opportunity for me to extend my life and my fun and my happiness to others, especially these clients, is for me is just there's nothing better that can come for me in life than doing something like this. So I'm looking forward to volunteering my time and being here as much as possible. I would say my favorite moment was just that, being able to shake hands, hug these guys. I danced with a few of them and watch some of them sing. It's been fun today.
Yes, well, let's kind of talk about the football in your hand. So it is picks for Ovie. Can you kind of talk about that, how you're doing? Not so good, but the Browns won. So.
The Browns won, and I was at that game. So, okay. Yeah, I took my fiance and we went to Browns versus Jets, and they won that game. So that was a big thing for me. I've been riding that high for a little while now. Other than that, I have to log on every week and make my picks. And basically all that is Opportunity Village has a few of the supporters that are involved in the football, and we make picks every week. So we pick out of what I think 9 or 10 games a week, we pick 5 winners. So I'm on the downside right now. So every week I'm thinking I'm going to turn it around, and it hasn't turned around yet, but we still got a lot of football to play.
Yes. A long season, and you just said that at the Browns game you were riding that high, but I know another high you were riding, your recent victory to win your title for the second time over Danny Garcia on September 8th. First off, congratulations, big victory. How was it? And now I believe this time around you have an 8-month-old, so you know, did that make things more sweet, or how is this victory different than before?
You know what, this victory, I mean, just everything about winning this WBC championship has been unbelievable. I was about 2 years ago, didn't have a belt, and I'm watching a fight. Actually, was Danny Garcia fighting, and he had the title. And my fiance, we didn't have a baby at the time, and I told her I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get that belt. And she says, you know, just pray about it and do what you have to do to make it happen. And you know, tables turn. Almost 2 years later, we have an 8-month-old now, or 8-month-old baby now, and you know, just living life to the fullest. And I would say just every part of winning this championship, beating Danny Garcia, only one loss in his career. Both of us at the highlights of our careers right now, and you know, the list goes on from there. Every part of this championship and winning it has been very sweet and very special for me.
And that's great that you always have such a great support system. And like I said, you're an adorable family now. Congratulations on that. But I do know that, you know, after the fight, Danny Garcia, he was a bit vocal, you know, on kind of like the scorecards or whatnot, or just for it being close. So what do you have to say to maybe him and some of the fans that maybe thought, hey, it was a bit closer then?
You know what, I don't dig into social media too much. So I was just hearing word of mouth things that he was saying, and I kind of shrugged my shoulders to it. So people outside of my circle, people that I know and knew would just, you know, tell me what they thought about the fight. What I mean by that is just random fans. So, you know, they had Canelo versus Triple G here. So I'm running into just random people that I don't know, and they're telling me, you know, great fight, glad you won, things like that. And say, you know, how'd you feel about the score? What'd you think? He said, no, I mean, I thought you won. You know, I thought it was close, but I thought you won, you know. And so for people that don't know me to give me the response that they agree with the decision was enough for me. That's absolutely enough for me. I don't need to listen to anything that Danny is saying or is going to say. The fact that a majority of the people that saw the fight agree with the decision is enough for me. I know I did what I did in the ring to win, and I know I did absolutely everything I could to win that belt, and I'm happy I got it.
And you do have it for sure. And then I know before that fight there were talks, you know, would Errol Spence be next or whatnot? And I did see an interview about you saying that too. So would you like to fight him next, or depending on the Mikey Garcia situation?
I just had one meeting so far about my future, and I told my advisor that I would go whichever way he thought best for me to go. You know, so at this point right now, we are still waiting on WBC to give me my mandatory fights or a mandatory opponent, and then on top of that as well is the fight with Errol Spence, which I thoroughly would love to have next even. So still remains to be seen at this point, but things are looking great for the future.
And what did you think of his first round stoppage over Ocampo?
I didn't watch the fight.
Oh.
I knew what it was gonna be like. I was on my way home to catch the fight, and a buddy of mine who's a really avid boxing fan, he texted and said, "Shawn, he knocked him out in one round. Don't go home." So I was like, "All right, no need to go home." But you know, it's a part of the business. You know, some guys go down quicker than others. As you see, when I fight, man, I'm not going anywhere, and I'm in there to win.
Yes, and you are always part of very exciting fights, but, you know, if or when you guys do fight soon, what advantages do you think that you possess over him?
It's you know, easier said than done, but I do think that my advantages over Errol Spence are things such as my experience in the ring, things as my adversity in and out of the ring. You know, things like having a little bit more experience than he does so far as a professional athlete, you know. So we'll see what happens. I think it will be a great fight, and I definitely think it's a fight that I can win.
Yes, and that the fans are all looking forward to. And then the welterweight division, it is very stacked right now. A lot going on. Another big fight coming up, Terrence Crawford versus Benavidez. Yeah. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I think that's a great fight coming up. I think Jose Benavidez is riding under the radar so far. I don't think it's going to be a pushover fight for Terrence Crawford. We've seen him dominate. I think this is going to be a fight that he will win, but I think you'll see him go through a little bit in that fight as well. I think this won't be an easy fight for him.
And lastly, a bit earlier, you did mention Triple G Canelo. What did you think of that fight? How did you score it?
Yeah, I scored Triple G winning that fight. I scored Triple G winning the first fight, but I thought both fights were extremely close. The first one was ruled a draw. Obviously, the second one to Canelo. I didn't really agree with it going to Canelo, but I thought it was a great fight again.